Welcome, gentlemen. Whether you're deep into the world of fragrance or just starting to find your style, this video is going to save you time, money, and a whole lot of shelf space. Because here's the truth. You don't need 50 bottles to smell incredible. You don't need a wall of fragrances or a new scent for every mood. You just need three. Three carefully chosen, versatile, refined fragrances that say everything about your taste without saying a word too loud. This is the only three fragrances a man of taste needs. And yes, this is coming from someone who's tried more fragrances than I care to admit. I've tested, worn, and lived in everything from niche houses to designer classics. Some were too loud. Some didn't last. Some smelled amazing but had no place in real life. What I'm sharing with you today is the distilled essence of years of exploration, a minimal, timeless fragrance wardrobe for the modern man, especially the one who appreciates quiet confidence and understated elegance. If that sounds like your vibe, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We talk style, fragrance, and refinement here, and we keep it sharp, simple, and to the point. Before we dive in, quick note. If you spot something in this video you like, I'll link every fragrance in the description for easy access. No endless searching, just good taste, made simple. Fragrance 1, the day-to-day essential. This is your baseline, your signature, the one you reach for without thinking. It should feel like your second skin. Now, for me, this one needs to do two things really well: smell clean and stay close. I want it to project just enough to be noticed when someone leans in, but never overwhelm a room. Think refined, fresh, maybe with a slight woody or powdery base. Something that smells expensive without being flashy. It should complement your presence, not compete with it. Always there, never loud. Personally, I always come back to Prada L'Homme. It's soft, modern, elegant. It has this clean iris note, slightly powdery, very sophisticated, that instantly feels elevated. You smell put together, polished, but still approachable, like you've just stepped out of a perfectly tailored shirt. If that one feels too light for your taste, Dior Homme Intense is a beautiful option. It's deeper, with more body, still centered around iris, but with darker woods and a subtle sweetness that feels a little more dressed up. It's the kind of scent that lingers on your scarf or collar in the best way possible. If you want something simpler, easier to wear year-round, go for Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Not the EDT, not the EDP, the perfume version. It's smoother, less sharp, and has that I know what I'm doing energy. It works with a white t-shirt or a navy suit. That's the beauty of this category. It covers everything. This scent is the daily driver, the one you trust. If you could only own one bottle, this might be it. It becomes part of your rhythm, your uniform. Effortless, dependable, quietly confident. Fragrance 2, the social charmer. All right, now we're stepping out. Evenings, dates, rooftop drinks, or a summer party where the light lingers a little longer. This is the fragrance that leans in a bit more. It draws people in, gently. And most importantly, it feels like you, but dialed up just slightly. In this category, you want a scent that has personality. A little sweetness, a little spice, but always balanced. You're not walking into a club at 1 a.m. You're walking into a dinner where your presence matters. It should complement, not compete. My pick here, Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Électrique. Spicy, smooth, a touch floral with a warm amber base. It's not aggressive, but it's memorable. It smells like confidence, like you made an effort, but it came naturally. Another great option is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Grand Soir. It's warm, resinous, slightly powdery. If you wear this with a camel coat or a black turtleneck, you're setting a tone. It's sophisticated, but never stuffy. A personal favorite for warmer evenings, Byredo's Sun Dazed. It's fresh citrus and light florals with just a touch of sweetness. Perfect for those dinners by the sea or early evening drinks when it's still a little too warm for a blazer. You don't need this scent to shout. It just needs to linger long enough that someone asks, quietly, "What are you wearing?" Fragrance 3, the special occasion signature. Now we're talking ceremony, moments, weddings, big nights. The kind of fragrance you save for memories. It should feel luxurious, composed, intentional, and ideally, It should last. This isn't the scent you spray on before heading to the grocery store. This is the one you reach for when everything else is dialed in. The suit, the shoes, the setting. Let me be clear. This doesn't mean it has to be overpowering or exotic, but it should feel elevated. One of my personal go-tos here is Amway's Reflection Man. It's floral, but grounded in woods and musk. It smells rich, but never showy, like someone who inherited good taste and knows how to use it. If you want something more timeless, try Creed Green Irish Tweed. There's a reason it's been worn by actors, royalty, and designers for decades. It's crisp, fresh, mossy, with that unmistakable classic backbone. I wore this the first time I visited Milan, and it felt right. Tailored trousers, sunshine, and a scent that says, you belong without saying too much. Another standout? Tom Ford Oud Wood. Now I'll be honest, Oud can be polarizing, but this isn't heavy or smoky. It's smooth, warm, and slightly sweet. Worn with a cashmere coat or sharp wool suit, it's incredibly refined. Here's the point. This final fragrance should feel personal. Signature. It doesn't have to please everyone. It just has to elevate the moment. The old money perspective. Now let's zoom out. This isn't just about smell. This is about mindset. The man of taste isn't chasing trends. He's not collecting for show. He curates. He selects with care. The idea behind owning just 3 fragrances isn't about restriction. It's about refinement. Each fragrance has a role. Day-to-day polish, evening charm, occasional excellence. That's it. It's not about smelling like everyone else. It's about smelling like yourself, consistently, across contexts. When people talk about old money style, they're really talking about restraint, about knowing what works and repeating it with confidence. Fragrance is no different. There's elegance in repetition, a kind of power in predictability when it's anchored in taste. People come to associate a certain scent with you, and that consistency becomes part of your identity. Not flashy, not loud, just recognizably yours. You don't need the most expensive bottle. You need the right one, worn the right way. And I have a few tips for you before we wrap up. Spray on clean skin. Pulse points, neck, chest, wrists. 2 to 4 sprays depending on strength. And never rub. You're killing the dry down. Let it settle naturally into your skin. Let the scent unfold the way it was designed to. Store bottles away from sunlight and heat. Cool, dark places will preserve the juice. Your fragrances are like fine wine. They deserve care. A drawer, a closet, even the original box helps maintain integrity over time. Revisit your fragrances every season. Sometimes a scent that felt too much in winter becomes perfect in summer. Your relationship to a fragrance can shift, and that's a good thing. It's part of the evolution. And if you think fragrance isn't really your thing, trust me. If you haven't found the one that feels like you probably just haven't tried the right one yet. Explore, test, be curious. These 3, they're not about collecting compliments, though they will get you some. They're about consistency, mood, style. You build a wardrobe, a grooming routine, a personal aesthetic. Fragrance is part of that. It's an invisible signature. Choose with intent, wear with ease, and trust your instincts. If it makes you feel more like yourself, that's your scent. And remember, everything mentioned is linked down below. If this helped you simplify your scent game, hit like, consider subscribing, and tell me in the comments what your 3 picks would be. Until next time, gentlemen, stay sharp, stay understated, and stay fragrant.